like show business. Rush, and here we go.
Hurry up and wait.
You listening to rockslamradio.com. From all studios to the world, we bring you the finest in quality entertainment. So grab a groupie, throw some horns, and settle in for another fine show from rockslamradio.com.
The West Central coast of Florida has an amazing music scene. Festivals, clubs, special performances, and there's always a lot of live music. The problem has always been getting the word out about events. Then GoTonight.com emerged on the scene. The brainstorm creation of founder Don McKeon, a Sarasota entrepreneur. We caught up with Don and his inspirational friend, Frank Papa, at the Flying Dog Cafe.
This is Frank. I'm Don. Frank is the reason that there is a GoTonight.com. He would call me repeatedly.
Where are we going? Where do you want to go? Where will we go tonight?
The website has been a boon to many small clubs. So next time you find yourself asking, where will we go tonight? You've got the answer.
I'm going to tell that on there.
It's gonna be a long, long time. Touchdown brings me around against the line. I'm not the man they think I am at all. No, I'm a rocket man. Rocket man, burning out the
Good evening, Tampa Bay, and all of 55 countries listen to my communique. This is the Rockitman Show, and we're ready to rock on with some rock news and our very special guest, Foreshadow. We're accompanying us is our co-host, Frank, and David J.
Rock to J, baby. Let's make it happen here.
We're happy to be here, Raj, as always.
Oh, yeah. This is the first time we're having Foreshadow on our program here. And we'd like to start off by saying, hey, guys, go ahead and start to introduce yourselves and tell everybody what you play and so on.
My name's Richard Hudson. I'm the drummer of Foreshadow.
Okay.
What else do you do, bud?
That's about it. That's about it.
Okay.
Drums.
Okay. And?
Me.
Anybody.
My name's Chris Billingsley.
After we're going around.
My
in this
name's Chris
direction.
Billingsley. I'm the bass player
Okay.
and on-stage performer.
Well, I'm sure everyone is that.
Hey, that's sexy, man.
Hopefully, if you're with a band,
I have a
it's
different
always
thing
good
to
to
do.
be an on-stage performer.
I am Aaron. Very true. I am Aaron Robinson. I am the guitar player, and I also absorb all the band headaches and deal with issues and problems and.
Oh,
business
that's the
side
leader of the
things.
band, folks. Yeah.
And what problem do you have? What is the problem?
Reluctant.
Yeah.
He sounds reluctant at that as well.
Now, how did you guys meet, and how long have you been together?
Okay, I get this one. Richard and I actually started Foreshadow back January 2008. We were in a previous band that didn't actually go so well, but we had a good vibe going, so we wanted to start a different musical direction, and things were kind of rocky from a little bit rocky from the start, but it's moved over within a year. We released our first full-length album, Nations of Failure, on Blast Zone Entertainment. Played throughout Florida, and about another set of lineup changes in 2010, we ended up with a new vocalist and new energy, and we did The Stranger End of Death, and that has turned out to be very successful. And we've played a lot of shows throughout Florida and festivals around the U.S., and we did a South American tour this past summer, and that was really exciting. And we got some exciting tour stuff coming up this year, so it's pretty cool.
South American tour. Where did you play in South America?
Colombia, Ecuador, and Peru.
Whoa.
All
yeah.
right.
That must have been interesting.
Yeah, great 6 weeks.
When's
Great 6 weeks.
When's the
Yeah, I love
European
it.
tour?
When's the European tour? Probably 2016.
Now, in Europe, they seem to like a lot of metal up there in that area. Is that what you all are? Is pretty much metal?
Yeah, we are definitely a metal band, more on the heavier blend of thrash, death, and black metal.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, definitely on the heavier side of things. In your face.
Thrash, death, and black metal.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
You confused him.
Yeah. I was like, either or? How do I weigh that out? What are my choices?
That's a good blend.
So you pretty much everybody lives in the Tampa Bay area.
Yeah, we're all based around this area mostly.
Well, when you go on tour, you won't have too many bases in.
That's true. That's true. Yeah, the base will be the SUV.
And right
we'll
there.
Traveling in.
Are you mainly?
And him the bass. Yeah.
Are you mainly all original?
Yeah, we are all original. I mean, we got a couple cover things. We're like right now in our shows, we're covering Pantera by Demons Be Driven, which we alter it a little bit. We played it about 2.5 steps lower than the original tuning.
Okay, we have a caller. It might be the singer.
It's probably the vocalist.
All right, vocalist, are you there?
Oh, maybe.
Oh,
Hey, what's that? Don't call me maybe or something? We're writing a new song now.
Oh God, no.
Here we go. Here we
That's
go.
the male version, right? That's the male one.
No.
Yeah. Okay, go ahead, man.
So introduce yourself to the.
I'm the vocalist. I'm Corkscrew.
Okay. How did you meet the band, and how long have you guys been together?
Oh, Craigslist, and it's been about 3 years now.
With you in it, yeah, about 3.
Wow, infamous
Thankfully.
Craigslist. How many?
Oh yeah, Craigslist has found many a musician to get together. You know, I tried to find. If I look on Craigslist, I can see several lists of musicians on there. But if I go to some remote areas of the country, you're lucky to see one. So it's pretty much location where you're at, where you're going to find some of your best musicians.
So you handle all the vocals for the band.
Correct. I also write all the lyrics.
Oh, and you write the lyrics as well. All right. We were just
cool.
told.
One of my favorite drummers writes all the lyrics for his band. That would be Neil Peart.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
you never be Neil Peart. Unless you're Buddy Rich.
Well, you know how many drummers it takes to screw in a light bulb, right?
Okay, here it comes.
Here it comes.
No, tell us so.
5 drummers. 1 to screw it in, 4 to talk about how much better Neil Peart could have done it.
Oh.
Okay, that's one joke I will actually agree with.
Oh, yeah, we were going to get a comment. I was waiting.
Oh,
I think you have a sample of their music.
Are we going on road of
queued
band
up,
jokes
right?
now?
What's your website, man? Without going to events.
Our official website is foreshadow76.com. Also it'll soon be up in Espanol for anyone who's bilingual. Also, of course, on Facebook, Foreshadow76, MySpace, Foreshadow76. Basically, like everywhere on the web, just about Foreshadow76.
Same
FORE or FOUR?
FORE as the literary term.
So how is it that you would be going into Spanish? Are you say your lyrics in Spanish? Or?
No. We just have a really solid South American following. So, just want to do a website, portion of our website for them as well.
¿Se habla español either one of you?
Habla poquito,
¿Cómo se
sí.
llama? Bien. Ándale, amigos.
Okay, yeah. Mexican cheers.
Yeah,
Okay,
Colombia.
that sounds
Yeah.
Yo quiero the Rocket Man show.
good. You want the Rocket? Okay, that's cool. I need the Rocket Man show.
So, where's your next gig going to be at now?
Next gig is going to be on the 16th of this month, Odin's Den, over in Winter Park near the Orlando area. We'll be playing with Kill the Sound and Oathkeeper and Thicket. And so, it's being done by Book Promotions, so it'll be a good show.
So that's you're going to have the next 3 weeks taken up? Is that what it is?
Oh, well, I mean, for this month, it's just this one-off show.
Mm-hmm.
As far as touring goes, we should have everything finally confirmed for we'll be heading out west. We'll be starting in Albuquerque, New Mexico. We should have everything confirmed and be able to announce by the end of the week.
So everybody's got passports now, huh?
Yeah. We have passports.
Yeah, I would think so, or they wouldn't be back.
Yeah.
Exactly.
South
How,
America.
how exactly
I
could we
don't
have
think
went
we would
to
have
South
gotten through
America and
Colombia,
toured
yeah.
if we didn't have one?
I was actually going to be with a band called Black Star Whiskey doing a European concert out in England, and because of some mechanical glitches, I wasn't able to do that. See, they wanted me to give them a video on my playing prowess.
Okay.
And the best I could come up was 8mm. That wasn't
Oh,
acceptable
whoa.
to them.
I don't think anybody even has one of those movie projectors.
Yeah.
I don't think they hardly exist. Except for maybe like in the Washington Archive somewhere.
We're old, but that's really old.
reel-to-reel analog. Bring out reel-to-reel and
Yeah.
So how do you
Hell,
like
even
touring?
Dad's in it.
How do you like going on tour? You like how you are accommodated, the diversity in the population, the venues that you go to. How do you feel about that? Do you have it planned out, or is it extemporaneous? You go there and find a place then?
Oh no, it's very planned, very well planned out ahead of time. Like I said, our South American tour, Eduardo Moran Ramos, he's our agent. He's based in Peru, and he knows the continent inside and out. A lot of people where to go, where not to go. Had the bus routes set up, everything. I mean, everything was really done.
Yeah, you don't want to be taken over by Sandinistas or something like that.
Yeah, I was going to say that's the most important thing to know when going to South America is where not to go.
Yeah. Do you have a tour bus?
No.
Oh.
No, God, those things are $1,000 a day. No, we can't afford that.
These guys, do these guys look like the Partridge Family?
Partridge Family, yeah. Just less Danny DeVito. Danny, what's DeVucci? However you pronounce it. Yeah, that's it.
Bonaducci. I was about to say Danny DeVito. I'm like, wait, no, wrong show.
He turned to being a DJ also.
Yeah, I know he has that show. He was also on
If
Celebrity
I'm not
Rehab for a
mistaken,
while.
I think we have a sample of these guys queued up in the control room, don't we?
Yeah, if we would like to let our fans listen to
Have a listen
some
to
of their music.
Foreshadow.
So why don't we get Adam to put on some music for us? All right, we're on the Rocket Man show, and that was Foreshadow on the recorded music. We want,
Dan, are you still there, Dan?
Yes, I am.
all right, we have the singer on via the telephone here.
Awesome
So-
vocal, man. That's really intense.
Yeah, I mean, intense in the word. I mean, how many days does it take you to recover after recording something like that?
None at all.
Wow.
That's putting it out there, man.
Yeah.
It's just like melodic singing. If you push from the right places, you will not hurt yourself.
Well,
If
some-
you do push wrong, you will tear the hell out of your throat.
Oh, yeah, I would hurt myself for sure, man.
Some vocalists, don't matter how good they are. Sometimes they just can't go the full time of say not even doing a full gig, or doing several gigs at once. It can be taxing on the voice a lot. You don't have to worry about it so much if you're an instrumentalist. You just keep on playing.
Yes, I hear a bunch of different influences in there. Who are some of the bands that influenced you guys?
On your way to this point right now, what's your biggest influences here?
For me, I like a lot of the Swedish metal bands that have come out in like the last 10 to 20 years, like Dark Tranquility or Amon Amarth or At the Gates. But also earlier stuff. I mean, I grew up. My childhood was like Iron Maiden for a lot of it, and then Slayer. Is another. Basically, those two bands right there were like my biggest influences in my early teen years.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I can hear some of those influences in that last tune we just heard.
Oh yeah. How about you two? What's your influences and contributing to this project?
My influences contributing to this project are basically on style, more of a fieldy style, hybrid kind of slapping and fingers of playing the bass, as well as Les Claypool as a big influence in my life on how we, back palms chords.
Yeah.
Better now?
Yeah, that's better.
All right, sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. Like I said, mine's more style of fieldy and Les Claypool with how the bass is played with a hybrid of slapping and fingers, basically.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah.
And you sound busy over there on that drum kit, man.
Just a little bit.
That's actually one of our medium speed songs. It's not really our fastest one, but I'm very death metal influenced. Like drummers like George Coelis from Nile, Trey Williams from Dying Fetus, of course. Slayer, you can't go wrong with him. Of course, you can't go wrong with Neil Peart.
Oh yeah.
John Bottom and Buddy Rich. That's where it all started from.
Speaking of Buddy Rich, there was a female drummer that very much influenced him on saying that she was really at the top of her game. You probably wouldn't have any idea who it was.
Mm-mm.
I don't have any idea who it was.
Karen Carpenter of the Carpenters.
Are you kidding? Are you
yeah,
serious?
She was. Buddy Rich said that she was one of the best drummers around, which is most people don't know that she was a great drummer. Besides being an excellent vocalist.
Yeah, I wouldn't have guessed. Not in a million years.
No,
not me neither.
No, not even close.
That's unanimous.
Yeah, well, she perished in 1984 from being anorexia. She just starved herself to death, pretty much.
Well, you've heard that.
Yeah,
You've heard that
tragic.
old joke, right? If Karen Carpenter would have gave Mama Cass the other half of that ham sandwich, they'd both be alive today.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, it's internet.
That's my
radio,
line.
You know,
That's my line.
I had to throw one in there.
Right on.
Tell your fans again what the next place you're going to.
Odin's Den, which is just outside of Orlando in Winter Park, on Howell Branch Road. For us, it will be the first time we played at this particular venue, but Orlando is a good happening place, and it's it really is star for like good extreme metal.
Mm-hmm.
You mentioned Winter Park twice. I just want to throw this out there. This date in music history, after completing a 2-set show with the band in Winter Park, 41-year-old Richard Manuel of the band hung himself from a shower curtain rod in a hotel room. And Robbie Robertson honored him a year later with the song Fallen Angel. So all that went down in Winter Park.
Wow, interesting fact.
Yeah, with that music, it's pretty dangerous over there, man. I don't think I want to go
what was that?
Well,
Black,
Florida in general, I mean, bad
what was
things
that?
happen here.
Black death metal? Or
Yeah, thrash, black death metal.
Oh, all right.
Well, here's a little trivia that some people don't know about. The entrance to the CD player. Now it's actually started. It was actually distributed in this country in 1983. But it first went to Japan, but Japan didn't invent it. It was actually invented in 1969, and it didn't see its debut for 15 years, which is quite. It actually got started being distributed. Sunday of this last Sunday, in 1982, I think.
Now, do you
No,
guys
I'm not surprised.
do you guys record to vinyl, or do you like the compact disc? I mean, which do you prefer sound wise?
Oh, sound between vinyl and compact disc? Geez, I mean, it's there's kind of a benefit to both. It depends. It depends on what you're listening to.
Yeah,
Like-
anyone that sells, right?
well, right now, even the compact disc is going out the door to digital downloads. I mean,
MP3s.
Yeah, I mean, music store chains are gone. I mean, FYE, I think, the Transcontinental
They're
Distribution Company, it's FYE, Sam Goody, a bunch of different ones under umbrella. They're out of business, and they were pretty much like the last ones, really, that was entertainment. So, everything's going away to, Amazon.com and iTunes.com, which it is good and it isn't good.
Do you guys have any songs on iTunes?
Oh yeah, we have our we're short right now, 2-album catalog. Yeah, it's on iTunes.
Nice, so you can check them out. Foreshadow.
A great band, man. Got a great sound together.
Well, thank you very much.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You know that the newest of releases are still being brought out on vinyl.
Oh yeah, well I know Europe especially more so than the United States. I mean, they're serious collectors of vinyl.
Oh yeah,
And,
some vinyl players get up to as much as $5,000.
Yeah, for the
Yeah.
old ones, but a lot of new bands are bringing the vinyl back. They are being.
But there's
produced on
also a
vinyl.
lot of computer radios and all that now that you can go and buy the old 8-track and record player on the top with the CD and the MP3 plug-in.
Wow.
Well, I doubt
Now.
the 8-track
An all-
player
an
will make
all-in-one.
a comeback.
No, but
It's
no,
almost
no,
like
no,
trying
no.
to get into the VHS.
yeah, right. right.
I have a working 8-track player.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Oh,
I do.
nice.
That's something.
Yeah, I've got a working 8-track player with about 30 or 40 8-track tapes. I boxed up somewhere to.
And they're still good. They're not worked
Yeah,
out by
work-
now.
no,
Keep
it
those in
works.
mint
Yeah, I
condition. They'll
even
be worth
found-
a lot of money.
It works. It's
I even
it's
found
all
some
on
brush
one
on
day.
8-track.
Yeah, you can get them on Sotheby's. But in our next album, I mean, we are looking into doing like a limited 500 copy release on vinyl.
Oh, that's cool.
That'd be
Yeah.
sweet. That'll be a collector.
Yeah, it just a one-time run, just to have it out there, each one individually numbered. I've been talking to some people on that.
I've noticed that a lot of bands are starting off with the vinyl first, and then they later on release it to CD. So for those who don't have vinyl players anymore.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, that's a pretty new direction that has gone in.
Well, singer, we know you're there, but we'd like to hear from you more.
Chime in anytime, Dan.
Hi, Adam. I'm just trying to keep out of the way of the hens clucking away.
Okay.
Sorry.
What is your
I was
take
just
on the
messing with
whole
y'all.
vinyl versus CD? What is your take on
I'm
that?
actually more of a vinyl fan.
And that is for reasons.
I don't know. There's just something.
Well, the thing with vinyl is it's analog, and it has the warmer tones that come in better than the cold CD.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the
And I
compression.
mean, a lot of the
isn't it?
best music was originally released on vinyl.
Mm-hmm.
So it'd be sound quality as opposed to portability and convenience of usage. Then.
convenience of use, I would go CDs, though, because you put a record in a car and, well.
Skip.
There you go, baby.
Yeah, but I think for, like, depending on the music, like, I mean, like a Robert Johnson album, you know, something like that. Yeah, that you want to hear on vinyl. You want the tones, or a Howlin' Wolf or something like that. You want to hear that, you know, that the gargle in his voice, you know, which get picked up on vinyl. That gets edited out easily in a digital process.
Yeah, one of my favorite performers always starts off on analog first before he records anything onto CD. That's Tom Schultz. Tom Schultz of Boston, by the way.
Analog, dude. I mean, you go to vinyl, and from my understanding is that I'm not really an audiophile, which it sounds like you are, Dan. And that's not a bad thing. We're on internet. It's cool. It's a clean word, audiophile. But from what I understand is it's the compression of the music that fit it on the disc kind of takes something away that you don't hear it, but you hear it on the vinyl, which makes it sound better. That's the overwhelming opinion I've heard on it.
Yeah, that's why I prefer vinyl. I just prefer the sound quality of it.
So what have you got in rock news today there, Ted?
Well, you know, the band Foreshadowed, you know, a local Tampa Bay-based band here, man, very important, you know, metal band, independent artist, man, really striving, and they've got a really heavily detailed, planned-out tour. But, you know, Eric Clapton, he was billed as the second greatest guitarist of all time, Rolling Magazine. He's planning to retire at 70 years old. This will be his last U.S. tour this spring, and it's an added incentive to see the guitar legend for the last time on tour, preparing to release his new solo album, Old Sock. He says his days as a touring musician will soon come to an end. For Eric, the struggle is to travel. He says when he is 70, he will stop touring, but not one-offs. Can't get it right with immigration officials, you know, because what they do, he's got some change in his pocket, or he didn't take his belt off, and they always say, "Can you come over here, please?" So he's getting tired of being dissed by the authorities in immigration, and you know, it's built up. But this will be the last one, people. One-offs, you know, here and there. So,
talk about being dissed by the authorities. You probably remember a weird rocker by the name of Boy George. Every time he went through a port, he was dressed up like a geisha or something, and they pulled him to the side and they said, "No, you can't come through here. You got to take all that off before you come through here."
You guys find traveling difficult?
No,
I do.
overall. Yeah,
I do.
For some reason, Richard has the hardest time with authorities.
Well, because he's
just him.
He's got the most equipment to travel.
With authorities? No way.
Yeah, right. Yeah, no. Now, the only issue I had is actually coming back in the States when we had a connecting flight. I mean, we flew back from Lima, Peru, and we had a connecting flight. You know, it was just Fort Lauderdale just to come back home.
Was that only 60%? Or was that 30%?
What? Nobody drives?
Yeah,
See, that's why you.
We're not
going to
go into that. We'll spend like the next hour explaining that inside joke. Yeah, like an inside joke.
Yeah, like an inside joke.
Yeah, like it's an inside joke. Anyway, but yeah, I mean, you know, I had my effects, you know, my bag with all my guitar effects. You know, I use that as a carry-on. Mm-hmm. So here we are going. You know, okay, we go through customs. We're let back in the country. Now we have to go through security all over again to get on a plane just for like a 30-minute flight back from Fort Lauderdale to Tampa. And, you know, I didn't, you know, so here I am in a hurry, and I put the bag, and it's going through security. And then they had to stop me and detain me briefly to inspect the contents of my bag further. So here they are unloading all my guitar effects and scanning everything one by one. Meanwhile, we're late for this flight. That was irritating.
I hope you don't put that guitar in the storage for where the rest of the luggage goes. Do you?
Well, no. I always did it as a gate check, but here's what I usually do. I wrap it up in bubble tape.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I mean, bubble tape, bubble wrap. You know,
I used to
thoroughly.
be a baggage handler for the airlines, and usually when somebody puts something in the baggage compartment in the form of a guitar, it's not the form of a guitar when it gets there.
I never had that problem. My father.
I've been really, I've been really lucky. I wrap it up really tight in bubble wrap.
I've seen
I stick it in a base
some
soft case, and
of
it's
the
good.
workers just fling it right into the
Yeah.
that's not good.
Well, if
Not
it's in
for
a
any
hard
guitar.
case, if it's in a hard case and wrapped in bubble wrap, you know,
It's not. Yeah, nothing's gonna happen to it.
Yeah.
nothing's gonna happen.
No,
to it.
yeah,
Well, you-
I
at least
never-
you'd
I didn't have
hope
any
it wouldn't.
problems.
And my father worked ramp service for over 34 years.
Mm-hmm.
You know, for TWA, that old airline, and there wasn't much problem. I hadn't had any problems with my my basses and the things that I roll around with.
Well, an acoustic guitar is more susceptible like that. I've got something like a Martin that I would never put in a baggage car. I'd have to have that as my carry-on for sure.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd want to put a hollow body in there.
Oh
Buy
yeah,
a
you
seat
know.
port next to you. Buy a seat port next to you.
Yeah, buy the seat next to you. That'll work. Or
Actually-
make sure that it's going to be empty.
Actually, the seat next to you may be cheaper than paying for the luggage fee to check it in the first place, because that was always
Yeah,
fun too.
aren't these fees ridiculous going on the airport, especially and the security? Oh wow, you have to go through a lot just to get too close to the plane.
Yeah, when we flew, it cost us $450 in luggage fees.
Wow.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
Oh, it must cost you the most since you're the drummer.
Well, I didn't have to bring my drums.
Oh, you didn't bring your drum.
No, so what I brought was my pedal
Uh huh.
and
A set of
my
sticks.
cymbals.
So you rented a.
Another call.
Go ahead, caller. This is a Rocketman show.
What's going on, Rocket Man? This is Thomas G. How you guys doing?
Hey,
Thomas
Tommy,
G, how
what's
you
up,
be?
man?
What's going on, man? How y'all doing tonight?
Hey, we're doing good. You watching the show, checking out these guys foreshadow?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Hey, I understand you got a big thing coming up here on Sunday, March 10th, don't you?
Yeah, we're having the benefit at Bourbon Street to send the boys to Texas. The Bearded Brothers are going to South by Southwest, and we're having a little benefit there to try and help raise a couple bucks to help us get out there because we're all broke.
Yeah.
Join the club.
Typical life of a musician.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
What is it? What is it? A musician without a girlfriend is homeless?
Pretty much.
You
No
can check
gas.
out the Bearded Brothers at www.reverbnation too, and that's going to be Sunday at Bourbon Street. I think it starts about what, Tom? About 3 o'clock?
3 o'clock, I think.
Yeah, that's what I have here. They're going to have some local bands, live entertainment, and auction. Send the boys to Texas at Bourbon Street in Newport Richey, U.S. Highway 19. These guys are being produced, isn't it, by Lance Quinn, the guy who produced Bon Jovi and the Talking Heads? Is that correct?
Yes, sir. That's correct.
All right.
And
cool.
that would be you, Tim Cronin, Billy Eisner, Ryan Embry of the Embry Brothers. And
Well, Jesse's son, Ryan. Ryan is Jesse's son. Jesse plays with the Embry Brothers. Ryan is his son.
okay, and Eric Paulson on the guitar, right?
Yes, that's actually Embry Brothers. I'm stealing one of their guitar players, actually.
Oh, nice. Nice. And you should go check them out. They're another up-and-coming band local. That's Send the Boys to Texas on Sunday, March 10th down at Bourbon Street. Tommy G on the line with us. So what do you think of these guys, Tommy? Different style of music.
I literally just walked in the door from practice, and I turned it on. I'm kind of curious. Are they there? Can they play anything?
Oh, yeah, we just
Can they play it all?
Well, we just played something off their audio file. They won't be playing
it's awesome
live
metal
per
down
se,
there.
but
That's great.
we could probably ask them what kind of song they'd like to play next of some of their stuff.
I do. I would love to hear it.
Okay. Also, next on the page, we have the track "War Without End." We can go ahead and throw that up there.
War Without End, the name of this one. Heavy metal.
You should have
War
Dan.
Without End.
You should have the vocalist do a little description about this.
Here they are,
before
War
action.
Without End.
Was that the ending?
And
That
that's
was the
it.
end.
That was the abrupt end.
Oh, gee.
Uh,
Well,
what do you think of
okay.
that, Tommy?
This is the Rocket Man Show, and we're listening to Foreshadow for our special guest this evening. And what other influences do you all have besides like for yourself as a drummer? What's your biggest influence as a drummer?
My biggest influence is George Coelis from Nile because he's known as one of the fastest drummers recorded.
Mm-hmm.
And he pretty much makes me look like I'm nothing. And it makes me sound like I'm nothing.
Oh, okay.
Because this guy, his consistency and his perfection and everything, like currently the fastest I can play is around 250 beats per minute.
250 beats per minute.
This guy can do 300 one-footed.
Wow, that's
Wow.
This dude is nuts.
quite a race.
He's nuts.
This is the Rocket Man Show. If you have any comments or questions for the band or for the host, give us a call at 727-597-4022. Now, what else do we have in rock news today there, Frank?
Well, let's see. Today, on this date, 1966, John Lennon made the statement that the Beatles were more popular than Jesus Christ. And, of course, the Christian groups here in the U.S., outraged, began burning Beatle albums. And,
Wow.
some of you might remember that.
Would those
They
burn?
probably made more
Fanaticism.
sales on Beatles albums by buying the albums and then burning them.
Also,
Word for a lot of shock rockers.
67, the Rolling Stones went to #1 on the U.S. chart with Ruby Tuesday. The thing about that is the A-side was supposed to be Let's Spend the Night Together, and that was banned by the radio stations and the network, and Ruby Tuesday ended up being the star song, the #1 hit for them. That was on this date in music history. And also they informed the UK that they would be the first rock and roll exiles from the UK from taxes, and they moved to France.
Oh, okay, yeah. France. You mean like Jim Morris? Oh no.
No, they moved to France.
The singer for the Doors. He's alive and well in France now.
Jimbo, baby.
Also, this date, 1978, March 4th, the IRS, we're all familiar with the IRS,
So so
raided the
Willie
home
Nelson.
of the great rocker Jerry Lee Lewis and confiscated $170,000 worth of automobiles to pay off his taxes. Think about what that would be in today's money.
Yeah, Willie Nelson also knows that all too well.
Here's something
From
for you,
riches to rags.
for you heavy metal guys. In 1994, this date, Kurt Cobain was rushed to a hospital after overdosing on alcohol and drugs. He was doing Rufinol. He did 50 or 60 pills, according to reports, mixed with champagne, and rumors of his death circulated around the internet, and the guy wasn't dead. So that'll show you that sometimes the internet is the biggest source of misinformation you can find.
Usually
And
is.
2001 Village People singer Glenn Hughes died of lung cancer, age 50, in Manhattan apartment in New York. He was the original biker character for the disco group. And I don't know if you were into disco. I really wasn't, but I do remember.
I actually saw them on that TV show with Al. What was the name of that one? All in the Family. No, not All in the Family. What was the name of that one? Married with
Al
Children.
Bundy.
That's what I thought
Yes.
he was talking about.
Did you know that Ed is Ed from Married with Children is a black belt in jiu-jitsu?
That wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah, he is. Yeah. He's
And
been
on
doing
this-
it for quite some time.
On
yeah.
this day in 1963, Jason Newsted was born, and this would be of interest to you guys. He was the bass player for Metallica. He joined Metallica in 1986 after Cliff Burton's death, and remained a member of the band till 2001. So born on this day was Jason Newsted from Metallica.
Yeah, well, the interesting thing about that is he stayed with them till that time. The only reason why he left the band is because the band said, "You don't rock hard enough." I mean, the guy is doing note for note, but they were saying pretty much his stage presence just wasn't up to par for them.
Between that and, he also had issues with the fact that the band was seeing a therapist, and he thought, Metallica, tough, being tough guys. I mean, why are you going, why are we seeking therapy? But actually, his new album is pretty awesome. Newstead, I like it a lot.
Well, if you say therapy now, that's what the Beatles would probably say was going on with them when they had to see a guru.
That was intensive
psychology
therapy.
in a different way.
Also on this date in 1959, the very first winners, the very first Grammy Awards were held. And the winning song back then was Volare. And Henry Mancini's Peter Gunn was Album of the Year. And also the Champs with the song Tequila, made popular by the Pee Wee, repopular again, by the Pee Wee Herman movie, Pee Wee's Big Top. But here's an interesting fact about that. Can anybody take a guess at what famous recording artist was in that band? That was an instrumental song, Tequila, by the way.
I can.
I know you can. I talked to you earlier.
I'm not saying it.
Surprise you. It was David Crosby, believe it or not.
Oh, Crosby, Stills, and Nash.
Yeah, David Crosby was in that band and recorded that
My
song.
first concert was actually seeing Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young.
Oh, that must have been great, man, back in the day.
It was amazing. I was a little kid. They did a reunion tour with all four of them. And as soon as it was announced, my parents got us tickets. I was sick as a dog with the flu, but I loved every minute of it.
By the way, for you listeners out there, that's Dan, who you heard doing the vocals here for Foreshadow. We have him on the phone with his bandmates here in the studio.
Okay. Yeah. It looks like we're running out of time here. We got about a minute left. This is the Rocket Man Show. If you have any comments or questions, give us a call. Probably next week, but that's about when we'll have the time to get to it.
You guys want to rifle off your website again real quick? Foreshadow again here.
Sure. Our official website, foreshadow76.com. Also, you can find us MySpace, Facebook, YouTube, any other social network under the same moniker, Foreshadow 76. And our next gig, Odin's Den, just outside of Orlando in Winter Park.
And people are still using MySpace? Wow.
Well, the new MySpace, actually, that
they
kicked in.
they changed it?
Justin Timberlake took it over and did like a $22 million like refurbishment of it, and it's starting to come back as far as like music industry people goes.
We're glad having you guys in, man. Nice meeting you. Good group of fellas, man. Appreciate it.
Thank you. We appreciate you having us.
We're all kind of glad that Foreshadow decided to come up and be with us on the Rocket Man Show. We hope that you will all come up and tune us in next Monday at from 7:30 to 8:30. This is the Rocket Man Show. We want to say thank you to Foreshadow and my co-hosts David and Frank. So my name's Roger, and I'm the Rocket Man. And so we'll see you next week.
What was that? I'll tell you what that was. That was another fine show from rockslamradio.com. Yeah.